You know that creepy feeling you get sometimes that your phone might be listening to you? Well, in the next few minutes, we're going to tackle that exact question. Is it just paranoia, or is something else going on? I mean, just think about it for a second. Your phone, it's not just a phone, right? It's basically your entire life in your pocket. We're talking private photos, conversations, bank accounts, where you go, the whole shebang. So, what happens if someone else gets a key to that digital vault?
And look, this isn't about being paranoid. The risk that someone is secretly monitoring your phone, it's very, very real. But the good news is, by the time we're done here, you're going to know exactly what to look for and, more importantly, how to fight back. Okay, so here's our game plan. We're going to look at who might be watching, what they're doing, the red flags to watch out for, how to play detective, and finally, how to reclaim your privacy. Let's get into it. All right, first things first, let's talk about the stakes. Why is a compromised phone such a huge deal? What's actually at risk?
Well, the reasons someone might do this are pretty unsettling, to be honest. It can range from organized criminals trying to steal your logins and drain your bank account, all the way to something way more personal. Think about a stalker or an abusive ex-partner, someone tracking your every move, reading every single text message you send. The threat is real and it's varied.
Okay, so that's the why. But what about the how? How does somebody actually get that kind of access, that level of control over your phone?
The primary tool in their playbook is something called spyware. Now, you might have heard of super sophisticated stuff like Pegasus, which can infect a phone without you doing anything at all. But honestly, what's way more common is something called stalkerware. And these are apps designed specifically for one purpose: to be secretly installed on someone's phone to monitor them.
And here's the part that really gets me. It's not always some faceless hacker in a dark room halfway across the world. A lot of the time, it's way simpler and scarier. It could be someone who just gets their hands on your phone for a couple of minutes. Or, get this, they might just abuse legitimate apps like Find My or location sharing that are already on your device. Okay, so how in the world can you tell if this is happening to you? Well, the good news is a phone under surveillance usually leaves a trail of breadcrumbs. You just have to know what to look for.
To make it easier, let's break these clues down into two main buckets: performance problems and just strange behavior.
So, on the performance side, think about things like your battery suddenly draining way faster than usual, or maybe your phone feels warm to the touch even when you're not using it, or you see a huge, unexplained spike in your data usage. All of these could be signs that spyware is running in the background, working overtime and sending your data out.
And then you've got the really weird stuff. This is when your phone seems to have a mind of its own. You hear strange clicking or echoes during calls. You see the camera or mic indicator light pop on randomly, or settings just change by themselves. Look, these aren't just random glitches. They can be telltale signs that someone is actually controlling your phone from afar. Right, so if any of those red flags are ringing a bell for you, it's time to stop wondering and start investigating. Let's play Digital Detective. And for all you iPhone users out there, you actually have a powerful little spy detector built right into your phone. In fact, you've probably seen it a million times without realizing just what it's telling you. I'm talking about those little colored dots at the top of your screen. It's so simple but so brilliant. A green dot means an app is using your camera. An orange dot means an app is using your microphone. Android phones have a similar feature. If you see one of those dots light up and you have no idea why, well, that is a massive red flag. Honestly, this next step is just good digital hygiene that everyone should be doing regularly. Go into your settings and look at your app permissions. You're basically being your own security auditor. Ask yourself, does this simple game really need access to my microphone? Does my calculator app need to know my location? If the answer is no, or if it just feels off, revoke that permission right away. Okay, want to try a more advanced trick? A sneaky tactic spies use is to forward your calls to a different number so they can listen in. But you can check for this yourself using these special codes. Just open your phone dialer like you're going to make a call, punch in the code for your carrier, and hit send. It'll tell you if your calls are being secretly forwarded. Okay, let's say you've done some digging and you're still worried something is wrong. Now it's time for the action plan. Here's how you take back control. Think of these as your first response actions, your digital first aid kit. A simple reboot can actually knock out some basic spyware. Updating your software is absolutely critical, since those updates plug the security holes that hackers love to use.
And please, I can't stress this enough, turn on two-factor authentication for your Apple or Google account. It's one of the single best defenses you've got. Now, if you've tried all that and you're still not sure your phone is clean, there is one last resort, a final, powerful, scorched earth option. And that is the factory reset. It's called the nuclear option for a reason. It is hands down the most effective way to kill any spyware on your device. But, and this is a huge but, it erases everything. Your photos, your contacts, your messages, poof, gone. So before you even think about doing this, you have to be absolutely sure you have a clean backup of everything you can't live without. Of course, at the end of the day, the best way to deal with this problem is to prevent it from ever happening. And it really just comes down to a few simple habits. Keep your phone locked with a strong passcode. Only download apps from the official stores. Don't click weird links. You know the drill. It's all about treating your phone with the same care you treat your wallet or your house keys. Look, your phone is probably the most personal piece of technology you own. The real question is, are you doing enough to protect it? We've walked through the playbook, now you know the red flags and you've got the defensive moves. The power is truly in your hands to stay safe.